Welcome back, friends and fans, and hello, Raptor here, and we're back on Pearl of the Orient. Welcome back to Wargame Red Dragon, playing here on the Pearl of the Orient campaign, of course. Just finishing off with a successful naval campaign, an amazingly successful defense of the North District, and we are holding at the new territories, or at least we'll find out our fate there in just a moment. Before we get into it, then, I'd like to remind you to like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, keep us on the grow, and that's all you need to know. So, let's get down and let's bro. Alright, here we go. Alright, so new territories is the battle. We've got one enemy call-out point at Shenzhen, and we've been able to keep the enemy at bay in this sector. Unfortunately, the enemy does have quite a few units to come at us, bro, but I gotta stop saying that. But they do have a lot of light units, and as you saw previously, those chieftains ain't nothing to fug with. We do have a GR-1 tornado that's here to assist us, and no other aircraft that we can call out or divert from elsewhere. Naval Sector Echo does have a airborne regiment in it, and they could possibly cut off Lantau Island from us, and there's no way I'm going to allow them to capture that airfield. That would cut off the Canadian reinforcements we could possibly get. And they have some pretty damn capable troops, not to mention that the Canadians would give us access to the Canadian Rifle 85, which is very powerful. But really what I'm looking for here is the Cougars. The 25-point unit, going to be extremely effective of chewing through light Chinese vehicles. And it's a very good defensive force as well as an offensive force, but doesn't come on the cheap. So let's get into it then, and we'll go ahead and return back to our attack field here. So we do have a kind of an advantage. Total value of our forces is 3430, and theirs is 7835. So fortunately, our starting command points are slightly greater by 100 points. But as you know, we have to chew through quite a bit of Chinese armor in order to cut them down completely. And they have quite a bit more morale than we do, unfortunately. So, alright, let's contain the enemy. We have 3 elite chieftain Mark 1s and 1 veteran. We have 12 hardened Scorpion light tanks. These are basically T-55s. They're almost clones, in fact, of a lot of how they operate. We do have Javelins with us and SAS, real good AA aircraft. We do have Tornado GR1s. We're going to want to keep away from the Shenzhen zone with those, but if the enemy tries to break out, we'll cut them down, no problem. One thing to think about when putting down tank defense positions is you want a lot of flat land, and luckily we won't be able to attack the enemy if they're too far over here due to distance, but anywhere in Bravo up front is easily defendable with our current set. So we're going to go ahead and call out our FOB to Bravo. And we're going to put our Sultan in Bravo as well. And we do want a call out from the North District. It just seems to be easier to bomb them from this area. And if they call out aircraft, you'll see exactly why. But we do have only 2 command vehicles here since we pulled out the rest of what we had back to the other zone. So it's going to be rather unfortunate because the enemy will probably capture Echo right away. So I mean, we had to make that sacrifice in order to defend the airfield later on, believe you me. But that doesn't mean that we can't prevent the enemy from capturing those zones. So what we'll do is right off the bat, we're going to put up the 3 Challenger Mark 1s right into the woods. We're going to call out recon to keep an eye on the enemy. And as we had before, we can fight for the town. Unfortunately, the SAS is in Pumas, and that's the only infantry we've got. One thing I do want to think about is additional tanks, and I think we can probably hold them with what we've got, so long as we bring the Scorpion light tank Pain. If we keep the Challenger out in the open, there's going to be... another thing they may do as well is bring out hot helicopters. That's one thing I'm just thinking of now. So we probably want to bring up some Javelins to hide over in the mountains. And there's real no chance that they'll get to the North District call-out area without going through the long way. Famous last words, of course. There'll be so many enemy helicopters, but I'm actually going to just try to risk it by calling them out and putting them over here in the corner. We'll put a chieftain over in the or a challenger rather in the corner as well, so we'll block them from getting to this right zone in front of us. And to the left, we would block traditionally with our regular infantry, but you know, we've only got SAS, and SAS really is not something you want to use for a you know, a long-range defense over a wide area. Trying to think now, if we use our extra points, that would be great if we'd save it for aircraft. So we'll probably buy an aircraft right from the start and cluster bomb the hell out of them. So we'll call out a 1, Generation 1. Hopefully this is enough to stop them. Let us go. A lot of area has to be abandoned, but the Chinese will keep up the pressure, and that's exactly what their plan is. And we'll go ahead and drop that Z1 right away. Or G1 on the Zs. Challengers up. Don't even challenge the Challenger. Generation 1's dropping. He got out of there quite easily. Cluster bombs, taking out a lot of those cheap transports. Beautiful. BJ's coming in. Watch out, boys. Rough ground for the Challenger, even though he's not even moving. Good job on that dropping of the... oh, beautiful. Got rid of that. PL-81, that's got to be artillery. Not overly familiar with the... oh, no, there goes our pinky. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe we can quick drop these guys. Oh, wow, no damage so far. Challenger's taking some hits. Yeah, go ahead, fire that artillery all day. Oh, no way. Beautiful. Oh, and the HOTS are coming in too to try to take out the tanks, and there goes the javelins doing their work. Oh my god, beautiful. That's wonderful. Z5As, those are loaded with 80mm rockets. Those will be taken down by the javelins as well. We unfortunately did lose that recon, but not all of it. They're going to keep coming in with the rockets. That's fine. Bring it on. Z5As are being taken down right away. They're probably going for the rovers as well. Stalwart right there ain't going to let them run out of tea. The British, by the way, do come... It is cheating. The game has been made. The British soldiers do come with unlimited ammunition. But if they run out of tea, they refuse to fight. You see this tornado just took the last sip of tea and is returning to base in order to quote-unquote refuel. Su-100's trying to sneak through these Challengers. We're really panicked now. That's really bad. Let's see if we can have these stalwarts get away. We may actually lose a Challenger now. Luckily, these enemy helicopters are all that's being sent at us. Su-100's being not challenged by anything we've got. I did call out light tanks, Scorpion light tanks, to try to deal with it. I'm going to call out bombers on these troops here that are gathering for an attack, and make sure they're not gathering for an attack but more for death. Su-100s are coming in. See, they know exactly where our Sultan is. That's BS, isn't it? We can drop bombs on him, though. Wow, Su-100's got away. I hope that bomb changes course at the last second. Damn. Challenger 1s are being refueled and refitted. Unfortunately, out of Javelin missiles at this point. Stalwarts are out. Not looking so hot anymore. And those, of course, those, now he shouldn't be able to see that Sultan. As you can see, the Sultan's flashing. That should be the end of the cargo trucks. 90 points, 90% of the points we need to win. Got to hold the enemy at bay here. Let our javelins run away. They're out of ammunition. They're no good now. They've served their purpose and they did it well. got a lot of tanks clumping up here. Challenger is down. That's unfortunate. Z5As are murderers. Like all things Chinese, they need a great number of them to be any sort of effective. Oh man. Look at, they're knocking right at the door. Fly over me, you bastard. Come get some. Damn, if only we got there a half second earlier, we could have saved one more of those challengers. We can refit and get more of those. Still another major victory. Disappointed by the loss of that other challenger. Everything in this campaign is really designed to not make you... I mean, the loss of one tank could be the difference between deciding whether to advance or retreat. Alright, so as you see here, the enemy's not been moved out of the north sector, or the new territories. We could fall back into San Juan, but that means the combination of two forces, both their amazing amount of tanks here. They've still got, look at that, they've still got 26 recon tanks, the ZTQ-62-1, or I, and they've still got, not so many here anymore, but they've still got, they still got numbers, and numbers are against us in this campaign. Alright, so we did win the naval campaign and the North District and the New Territories battle. I'm thinking about ending the turn. Just want to think about all my moves and about how everything is. Again, we're not moving the commando regiment because, there could be a possible naval landing. It could happen at any time. We could embark and move up there to Ziyong, but that's a no-go at this moment in time. Rather stay defensive than outstretch myself to capture extra points, though we do need them. Let's go ahead and end the turn then. Turn 4. Looks like the enemy's moving closer to the Hong Kong island now. Since this morning, the enemy has started attacking the San Juan plateau. We've delayed them as long as possible. So it looks like the enemy's moved into the San Juan peninsula there, and are attacking again at the other position here. I do want to see if we can actually fall back and crush them. That's no problem. I actually didn't really know they could sneak through there. You see arrows and stuff where they can attack from, so they kind of cut us off, but not really. And the naval battle is going to be easy, but the enemy wants to bro down on this sector again, the Northern Territories, New Territories rather. So we're not able to call out any units there. The enemy is attacking, so we're going to have to go for it. So we'll have to launch again. And as you can see, they control a lot more than they used to. Alright, now as previous, tons of oh, they can actually call out aircraft from the left now. As before, they're going to call out 1,000,000 tanks. So we're going to make sure that doesn't happen. In fact, we may as well. Now you know damn well the enemy's going to attack that fob if I put that there. And we'll keep our command for this tucked up real close next to the tanks. We'll keep our fob sneaking in right behind our tanks. We do have a Chieftain Mark 10 that we can call out. In fact, I would actually argue that he would probably be the best for here, just in case an enemy tank sneaks by. And they'll attack from the left side now. So we'll just have to deal with it, bro. Alright. So we have 2 stalwarts. Let's go. Chieftains are firing right away. Challengers, rather. firing right away. Here come the rockets again. We'll have to wait until we have 130 points on those. The hell? No. Javelin squad taken out by rockets. Both javelins just deleted by the Chinese. As well as the stalwart. Damn it. Alright, let's hit him in the side. Set up blocking positions. They may actually come down this road and use this bridge in the rear, but we can follow them. They're coming out with the damn rockets again. You know, we'll just hold here. Damn it, the Z5As. Mi-28 of the Chinese army. Because there's a million of them, that's why. We did have AA. We did. Alright, well, we'll move up to, yep, looks like they're going to take the long way around. Oh, he wants to screw with our Chieftain Mark 10, I guess. Damn, look at all those Z5s. That is so amazing to see that that cluster like that, and it's just unkillable for the what we have at the moment. All right, let's back a little bit. Rockets again. Hopefully we can lure them in. Get a nice kill with our GR1. They actually killed the fob. That's like impressive. Alright, if this was air-land battle, every single one of those helicopters would have exploded for the fact that they're basically taped to each other. Alright, we gotta get the GR1 out of there. He can't do much more. Look at that, they're trying to surround us. Alright, we're gonna have to fight our way back to the Sultan. Well, now they call their clusters. That's it for the challengers. Alright, javelins are going to have to be called back. Scorpions can push up then, try to kill the rest of these light vehicles. .500 kilogram bombs on those. Tank Szechuan chickens coming out. Good infantry here to kill. Unfortunately, I can't tab to call up a lot of these units, even though we can... I mean, I can clearly see what they are. There we go, 10 points there. Alright, the SAS should be able to stop anything heading our way. Oh, interesting how their helicopters all disappeared. They had their glorious helicopter army and now it vanished. 20 points each on those. We'll go for the ZTSs. It's getting pretty desperate here. Now, I could have reformulated and held a lot of these units, but holding for turns is what we want to do here, not retreat for territory. Margaret Thatcher has made it clear that, you know, we must not negotiate. We've got to negotiate by showing them that they've not moved the borders, not by, you know, how many men are dead. That's unfortunately politics, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We even destroyed the attack helicopter company. That's awesome. That's really good. Unfortunately, it took a lot to do that. Aircraft are retreating now. Got a lot of things we can do now. We can actually call out the armored regiment now, and those can be landed at Sai Kung. And we can move right into Tucson Wan. Da magic wand. All right, we've got a contest. At the naval sector, we've got North District and the new territories to fight again. The Phantom would be... no, we are too limited on points there. Phantom would be good there, as well as the North District. We're going to actually have to switch the... due to point reasons, we're going to have to switch over to the multi-role RAF Generation 3 hitting there. Anzac should be able to hit them next. And we'll hit those helicopters on helicopter violence now, since we can attack with a combined force. Naval squadron, the anti-naval squadron can move in right there. And we got our commando regiment, making sure that none of that helicopter crap sneaks around. In fact, they're probably parked there because of that reason, because we hold Sai Kung. They were waiting for us. You know, the thoughts at the beginning was, you know, I'm sure when they programmed this, it was like, okay, they'll move all their stuff forward, and then you just come in from behind. But luckily, we kind of thought about that beforehand. All right, well, I think that's it for now. We've taken a lot of beating in this turn, as you can see. And unfortunately, we're going to have to start thinking about pulling back a little bit to Sinwan. And the reason is we've taken a lot of hits to our Challengers. We've taken a lot of hits to our Royal Tank regiments. We'll go ahead and attack here then. Apparently, the enemy's captured everything with just one force. Sinwan here, going to be quite an area to clear out and to battle in, unfortunately. It's going to be more for helicopters and a lot of everything. That's how the Chinese are going to roll through here, and that's just an area that I don't want to fight in. So anyway, we'll see what happens next. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, and we'll see ya. Bye.